Skull sports fans and Minnesota Viking fans everywhere. This is a Father's Day edition of The Buck Stops Here, Season 2, Episode 4. That's right. I'm keeping this rolling whether you're watching or not. The Buckster is here. One moment for me, please. Uh, all right. Well, welcome. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Got a pretty quick show put together today by my producer, Skibby Jim Bama Sode. Thanks, Skibby. I appreciate that. Going to try and get some guests on here soon. The Coopster's going to be on hopefully one of these days real soon. And definitely going to try and get the commissioner, Scott Commish Allen from the ABL on the league here as we start rolling into the dog days of summer and more baseball talk. And there'll be less of other sports going around. But we got a pretty good setup for you here today. We're going to talk some a little bit of football because I always got to fit my Vikings in there somewhere. We're obviously going to go WWE Money in the Bank going on tonight. You can watch that. We'll cover that in a moment. We got some NBA talk. We got some boxing, MMA, boxing, box MA. I'm not sure what you want to call it, but we got some of that going on. A little Major League Baseball talk. And again, happy Father's Day to everybody out there who's a father. And if you're not a father, well, when you become one, enjoy. Make sure you tell your father a happy Father's Day as well. So we move on here to Minnesota Viking football. There's not a lot to talk about. It's the off season right now. We're doing practice. Teddy Bridgewater was throwing. Now he's not ready to play. Misconception. He's out there, planting and throwing. It's just really pass and catch at this point, making sure he can plant his foot and go. But they say he's progressing. He's not cleared. He's not even close yet, but he's way ahead of schedule. My biggest concern with Teddy is going to be when Dante Culpepper, who to me was one of the better quarterbacks we've had in a long time, had the arm strength. He was hard to tackle. He could run. When he got hurt and blew out his knee, he was not the same quarterback. Now, he did run more than Teddy did. Teddy was the type that if I need to run, I will. So can Teddy change the way he plays if he's afraid to run? And that's what we're going to have to wait and see with him. For now, Sam's our guy. I'm not disappointed with that. I think Sam Bradford can take us to the playoffs if he stays healthy. Knock on wood, because he stayed healthy last year. So I'm hoping that this year he stays healthy again. By the way, sorry to show one on a little late. My wife, um, beautiful, delicious omelets. Me and the boys and the wife had some breakfast this morning. I'm finishing up my coffee. That was all I really wanted for Father's Day, just a nice little family thing. But the show must go on, right? So here we are. Talking about, I know I had a couple people ask me, what do you think the depth chart of our receivers looks like right now? Obviously, Stephon Diggs is our number one guy. Adam Thielen right now is our number two guy. Then we got Laquan and Michael Floyd. Controversy on both. We drafted Laquan in the first round. He didn't play much at all last year, whereas Diggs came in the fifth round and he started like week 5 or 6 and just took off. I don't know if it's Laquan's route running. He's not going to be the speedster that burns you deep, but the guy, I mean, when he catches the ball, can make things happen. And when I watched him in college at Ole Miss, the guy can catch the ball, okay? He was just downright hands. He was money. I don't know if the injury his senior year kept him off the field last year, but he needs to step up this year. He needs to be that number 3 guy, maybe the number 2 guy. Michael Floyd. I was excited we picked him up. Then he pops up in the news again. He been drinking? What? Thank you to my wife, my hippie wife, for explaining this to me. But he's been drinking a kombucha tea, and apparently it's a fermented tea, so it looks like you have alcohol in your system. Now, I don't know how true this is. I don't know if they can do other tests to find out if he was, drinking anything else. But here's the thing. He had 8 days left on his 90-day, 98 day, 99 day. He had 8 days left before he was cleared of his house arrest. So why would you do something stupid and go out and drink? So I'm gonna try to believe him here. I'm gonna try to believe he's turning things around, and we're gonna go with the kombucha tea for now. We'll see what happens. If Floyd stays clean, stays dry, and he plays like the player he was in Arizona, we got a number 2, maybe even a new number 1 receiver on our team. And that's huge because we didn't have a lot of offense last year. Dalvin Cook's going to be great. He won't be 100% of the offense there. It's not his team yet. Latavius Murray, I think he's going to start off the season as a starter. You may do a 1-2 punch with them. So, we'll see how that goes. Just making sure that everybody's on the same page here. And Skol Vikings. Gotta go. Because that's all we have for football. Football was really short, quick talk. We're going into the wrestling talk here. Money in the Bank is tonight, and that is on the WWE Network. Again, WWE Network, free your first month, $9.99 a month after that. Sign up today. You get Money in the Bank absolutely free tonight, and in 2 weeks from tonight, you get the new Raw pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire, where Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar are going to go one-on-one for the Universal Belt. But that's Raw. This is SmackDown's pay-per-view. The first match, I believe, tonight will be the women's Money in the Bank match. You've got like unprecedented. And again, Charlotte Flair is in another unprecedented women's match. Becky Lynch, Carmella, Charlotte Flair, Natalya, and Tamina Snuka in a ladder Money in the Bank match. Anything can happen here. It's really, to me, the winner is going to decide the outcome of the Lana Naomi match, which is next. And WWE's good about doing this in that they try to keep it face heel, battling for titles. It's also more fun when a heel gets the Money in the Bank because, you never know what they're going to do, or the faces are kind of, they're schmucks. They're not, but I mean, that's kind of how they play it out. I see Charlotte probably winning this. Even if Naomi keeps her title, you could still have the whole Charlotte-Naomi thing. I don't think Lana brings a lot to the table yet. She's going to put on a good match with Naomi, but I don't think she's going to win the belt. I think they're going to keep Naomi because I think people want to see a Naomi-Charlotte match. They are two of the most athletic women in the WWE. Now, the other person that could pull out this match is Carmella. And I really think because they're trying to push Carmella forward as an in-ring talent, she talks the talk. I don't really feel she walks the walk yet. She hasn't proven a lot, but this could be her proving ground. Becky Lynch has been there. Natalya is really, she's the experienced older wrestler that I think's just still molding these girls to carry this farther. And Tamina Snuka just come back from a long hiatus on an injury. I don't know if they're ready to put her in, or maybe they're going to build up to Charlotte wins, takes Naomi's title, and you have a big Tamina Charlotte, which would be great because Tamina can wrestle. She's very strong, and she would probably be one of the best matchups for Charlotte. So that's what we're looking at the Money in the Bank. Lana versus Naomi, I don't know where this is going or why this is going that way. I'm not sure what the thought process was behind the Lana and the Naomi thing. So I just want to make sure that it's rolling good. We've got to make sure that Lana puts on a good show. And really, that's the thing we're looking for right now is Lana putting on the good show. So that's the biggest thing right now. I want to make clear that Lana hasn't really done a lot of wrestling lately. So it's going to be interesting to see what she can do and carry this to where we need it to go. It's very I don't know. It's very interesting on what they're doing. I can't figure out why or what they would be doing with the whole Lana move. So, that's that. We're going to move on to the tag titles, the New Day and the Usos. They're pushing the New Day again, trying to bring them back. They are the longest reigning WWE tag champions, 483 days, longer than anybody else. And I don't know if you quite take the titles away from the Usos yet. I think you still build the division and get some hype behind it. I think you let the Usos win this, controversial or not, but the Usos should pull out that win. Then you got the big match, the men's Money in the Bank match. And I don't know if that's going before the title match or after. So I got a couple calls on this one again. Let's talk WWE Heavyweight Champion or WWE Champion. Jinder Mahal. Now, he's done a really good job on the mic. His promo gets better every week. So they gave him an opportunity, and he's taking the ball and he's running with it. What's the purpose of making Randy Orton lose in front of his family, and his hometown? But they did it to on Raw. They did it to the women's champ at the time, Bayley, and had her lose in San Jose. So it could just be a route they're going to throw people off. Orton is probably by far the better wrestler, the better technician. And let's face it, no one gets up from an RKO out of nowhere. But Jinder Mahal is coming into his own. He's worked hard. He's got back in shape. He's done it clean as far as we know. And he's really pretty good in the ring. Plus, he has the Singh brothers on his side. I honestly see Jinder Mahal pulling off the win, whether it's by a DQ or the Singh brothers interfering or something. Orton will outmatch him, but Jinder Mahal retains the title. That being said, there's two ways the men's Money in the Bank match could go. If Orton wins, hands down, I don't see anybody else winning the Money in the Bank but this man right here. That's the show off, Dolph Ziggler. That's my pick. But saying Mahal's going to hold on to the belt, I think that changes the whole way this Money in the Bank match is going to go. And you could see AJ Styles come out on top. I don't see any of the other guys. You have AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, the United States champion, and the face of the United States. All right, we're not going to go there. Dolph Ziggler and Shinsuke Nakamura. Sami Zayn is the sixth guy in the match. Now, Shinsuke is a very interesting person. But I see him getting the United States title before he moves on to bigger things. Baron Corbin is the black sheep in all of this, the lone wolf there. The reason being is I see AJ Styles going on and winning this, going on and beating Mahal at SummerSlam, and Corbin and Styles having a big clash, maybe at WrestleMania for that title. I know I'm pushing things real far forward. Could be at the Royal Rumble, but I see Corbin getting a big push this year for the championship title. And of course, you're going to have Mahal and Styles go back and forth a little bit. So unless you're turning Corbin face, which would totally ruin his character, down the road, I see the Corbin AJ Styles setup for moving forward. That's it. That's our WWE talk. Not a lot going on with it. You got the Money in the Bank tonight. Get on WWE.com. Sign up for free for the WWE Network and watch Money in the Bank tonight. And let me know what you think. Boxing. MMA. WWE. Brock. He did MMA and wrestling. Should the three sports be intertwined? Boxing and MMA. You have one of the elite MMA fighters right now in Conor McGregor, who has been dying to go toe-to-toe in a boxing match with the greatest defensive boxer we've probably ever seen. Floyd Mayweather doesn't let people hit him. That's why he's 49-0. And I think he's got 26 knockouts, so you know he's not a knockout artist. On the other side, Conor McGregor could probably knock Mayweather out with one shot. One shot. But here's the thing. McGregor's used to grappling and kickboxing and punching, and he's got to focus on just the boxing. And while he's focusing on just the boxing, he's also got to figure out how he's going to land a punch or two or three or enough to knock down Mayweather. Because if some of the best boxers in the world, Manny Pacquiao, can't get through that defense, is McGregor going to try and punch through his fists to knock him out? I don't know McGregor that well. I've watched one or two of his fights, and I know he's got that solid, but you'd have to think there's something that makes McGregor and the people that are producing the fight and promoting it, that McGregor has some type of fighting chance. So we're all sitting here going, McGregor has no chance. There's no chance in the world McGregor wins this fight. If he doesn't knock him out in the first 3 rounds, it's over. McGregor hasn't been conditioned to go past the 3 rounds that they have in MMA, and he may be trying to condition himself now. Mayweather's been conditioned his whole life, and he may be retired, but I guarantee you he stayed conditioned, especially with all this talk that's been going back and forth before they decided to set this fight up. I see a 7th round technical knockout by Mayweather just because Conor McGregor gets wore out and he's not going to be used to the speed of the hands of Floyd Mayweather coming at him. 7th round, TKO. Don't even need to pay for it. That's it right here. You heard it live on the Buck. Stops here. Question. What if Mayweather loses? Does that hurt his legacy? Does that take away as one of the greatest boxers ever? Or do you look at it and the other side of it and be like, is Conor McGregor that good that he beat an unbeatable boxer? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But it's not going to happen. Mayweather in 7, TKO, game, set, match. NBA, the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to call this season, this build-up, this picking up of Kevin Durant, the perfect storm of sports. And this is why. Team's going to have another year like they had this year. They're probably going to go on and win their 2nd straight, 3 out of 4 back-to-back championships and be almost unbeatable in the playoffs. Unless Cleveland can turn around and pick up something. And I don't even know what's there that's going to help Cleveland, because watching the series, it really looked like a 3-on-2, 4-on-2 when Iguodala started dropping the ball and hitting threes and playing like he did in game 5. It looked like a 5-on-2. Kevin Love showed up a little bit. Jefferson showed up a little bit. Thompson showed up a little bit, but there wasn't the consistency except for from LeBron and from Kyrie. And Kyrie may be one of the best point guards in the game right now. The two of them are not going to be a team of 5 or 6 superstars. I mean, Iguodala coming off the bench, he'll start anywhere. He'd start in Cleveland. Come on now, let's be real. But I did a little breakdown, and I say one more year because in the end of the 2017-2018 season, Matt Barnes, unrestricted free agent. Stephon Curry, unrestricted free agent. We'll come back to that. Kevin Durant, option. His option, not the team's. Iguodala, unrestricted free agent. Livingston, Pachula, West. All key guys. All unrestricted free agents at the end of next year. And if they go another year and win another championship the way they won it this year, West will retire. If he even plays next year, he'll retire. He's up there. He'll have 2 rings. I'm good to go. Pachula, he'd go be a key guy on another team. He may even be a starter on another team. I mean, I wasn't impressed with him when I first saw him, but he plays the game the right way for a big man. Iguodala, he could still start on any team in the league. He would make any team better. Bring him to Memphis. I would take Iguodala in a heartbeat, and that would improve our team. And Livingston is a great 6th man of the year if you don't have Iguodala on your team. Let's talk about Matt Barnes. He's, hot and cold. Kevin Durant, well, is this going to be his team or is it going to be Steph Curry's team? And I think at the end of next year, that starts running through their head. Yeah, they're a team and they're winning and they want to keep winning. But let's face it, they all are superstars. They all have big egos. And if Steph Curry, who is the baby love of Golden State, decides to try free agency and look elsewhere, it's Durant's team. Durant resigns, stays in Golden State, keeps the team around him. But I see these two working something out where they can stay in Golden State. But if you pay Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, and you don't want to pay tons of money for the penalty for going over your salary cap, that's going to leave you back to a great team, but not the ultimate franchise. Dynasty, no. They will be done at the end of next year. They'll be broken up, and you may see Durant and Curry stay. And, of course, Klay Thompson, we haven't talked about him because his contract goes through 2021, 2022. So he's there for a while unless they trade him. But you keep Curry, Durant, and Thompson, you're still going to have a team that's going to compete every year. Are they going to win it every year? No. Can we talk dynasty? Depends on if the end of next year these guys stay. So we'll hold the dynasty talk for one more year. Skibby put it here. Did the 76ers pull off the trade for the first overall pick in the draft? Well, they did. They did that last night. Actually, as I was getting ready to go to bed late, my phone went dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, and I went and looked, and they swapped first and third round picks. So the Celtics get, I believe, I don't even know what pick Sixers ended up with in the first round, but then they get the first pick in the third round. And all they did was swap first and third rounders. The talk, Fultz from Washington going to the Sixers. And all the Sixers, by what I've been reading, are looking forward to him playing. And you give them a year or two to get together with what the Sixers have been building, they'll be a playoff team. But as long as you got the Cavs, I don't know if there's going to be a team. And the Celtics are still strong, which is probably why they made this move. I think, Sixers could be a top 5 team in the East at this point. Again, maybe not right away, but give them a couple years with the team they put together, and they'll be all right. They're definitely not going to be the worst team in the league next year. Are the Lakers still shooting for Ball? I don't see why not. Ball could really be the guy that puts Lakers back on the map. I believe he's for real. Can he handle the LA pressure? Well, he doesn't have to do it himself. And this one pick would help turn this team back around to the franchise that the Lakers were. And let's face it, with Chris Paul talking about maybe playing for San Antonio now that he's going to be a free agent, you got nothing in LA anymore. If you don't have the Lakers and the Clippers fall apart, there's no LA basketball. And I remember a time where LA wasn't a factor, whether it was the Clippers or the Lakers. And that's at least 40 some odd years. I mean, I'm not going to say I watched basketball the day I was born, so we won't go 47 years. I really I see Ball coming in with Russell and Randall and Williams. The Lakers are poised to make a big return. Like I said, Chris Paul talking about San Antonio. That's really going to hurt the Clippers. And you're going to have Oklahoma City and the LA Clippers, who were just right there, ready to try and make it to the next level, completely fall apart. Because Westbrook cannot carry Oklahoma City by himself. That's all for basketball. Thank you for watching the Buck Stops here. So yeah, I'm showing the dome today instead of wearing a hat. I get my razors from the Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club, $9 a month. I get 4 of their premium razors. When you order the first time, you get a handle for free, and you can always upgrade. They have all sorts of products, shaving products, skincare products for men. They have shower products for men now. You just go online to Dollar Shave Club, sign up, get your first pack in a couple of weeks, and every month, $9 a month. That's all I spend on my haircuts. And, well, I miss a spot here, right? But Dollar Shave Club, guys, you cannot beat it. I've used them for 4 years now, and I'm so happy with the quality of the razors. 1 month, I didn't get my delivery, and I was waiting, and I went online, and it said I'd got my delivery, and I emailed them. 2 days later, a new delivery showed up. So their customer service is phenomenal as well. So Dollar Shave Club, sign up today and enjoy the thrill of not having to go and wait for someone to unlock your razors out of a cabinet. They're going to cost you $28, and you get 3. When I get 4 premium razors for $9 a month. Major League Baseball. It's summertime. It's baseball time. Skibby's a big Mets fan. Injuries are going to kill any team. But why do the Mets seem to get them more than others? Is there a trainer issue? Are we trying too hard to be the Yankees? The Mets, on paper, when they're healthy, they're a really good team, and they should be competing with the Nationals for that National League East. If they get healthy before the year's up, they may squeak into the playoffs and make a little noise. They've got a good pitching staff. But the injuries, I think, they're piling up again. Again, I haven't been on top of baseball, but I know that the Mets should be better than they are. And hey, you know what? It's a great thing about having a computer sitting in front of me is you just go to ESPN and look up some things on the Mets, right? But that aside, I really believe that the Mets have a lot more issues than just worrying about being injured, and maybe it's just time to start anew, maybe do an overhaul, because frankly, I believe that these Mets are underperforming even with some of the injuries. But we have other issues that we want to talk about here, and definitely think that you guys want to listen to some of this. You have the Twins, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Colorado Rockies all really overperforming right now. It's hard to imagine the Twins, like, they're still leading their division. Now, we knew Houston was building and they were going to be good, and they're not even in the conversation today. The Rockies are that good, and we're in a fantasy tabletop baseball league called the American Baseball League. I'm the manager of the Orlando Sharks, and Skibby Bombasode, my producer, is the manager of the Long Beach Island Starfish. And when I was coming back into the league, he did a breakdown for teams to bring into the draft. And Colorado was his number one team. So obviously, a baseball mind like Skibby saw that Colorado was going to be good. They had good numbers from last year, which is what we use, and they're continuing that same. Colorado, I believe, is for real. They are winning on the road. They're not just winning at home. And it's tough to go in and win in Colorado because of the thin air. And I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're an athlete and you got to run around, the ball flies out of the park easier. So Colorado's for real. The Brewers will have to wait and see. They're really in a weaker division this year. I mean, that's Central, and let's just let the Brewers play it out. The Cubs are going to end up winning that division in the end. But the National League West has the Colorado Rockies, the LA Dodgers, and the Arizona Diamondbacks, all playoff-bound teams at the moment. And the Colorado Rockies are just walking with that division. They're 2 games up on the Dodgers. So right now, I'm going to tell you, Colorado's for real. I don't know where the Twins came from. I've always had a place in my heart for the Twins. I remember back in the Kirby Puckett days, I went to a Yankees game watching this guy in batting practice, just, man, out of the stadium, old Yankee Stadium, he was drilling them. So, and I know it's batting practice. I believe the Twins lost that game, though, when I went. Um, so I hope the Twins are for real. I hope they can continue winning. I think their pitching can still get a little bit better, and that would really improve them more. So we'll just see where that goes. Skibby put the Baby Bombers instead of the Bronx Bombers because, well, it's a pretty young team. But yes, look out because the Yankees, they're back. And they're coming for everybody, and they got a chip on their shoulder because they're supposed to be the team. When you think of Major League Baseball, and whether you like them or you hate them, or Yankees come to mind. They've won more championships than any team in any sport. They are there, and they're back, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon. Sabathia is going to be out for a little while, but I don't think that's going to hurt him too bad. Here's a good fun stat for you baseball fans. When Aaron Judge hits a home run in a game, the Yankees are 15-3. When he doesn't, they're 22-20. Still a winning record. Wonderful. But you have a better chance of beating the Yankees if you play buckball. Comes up to bat, just walk them. Don't let them beat you. Walk them. Barry Bonds' butt. If you don't let him hit a home run, the odds are you have a better chance of winning the game because if he jacks one and puts it out of the park, you ain't winning. 15-3 when he hits a home run. And he's leading the majors in home runs with 21. So he must have multiple home run games. Sorry, I was just doing the math in my head. Buck style, that'll beat the Yankees. So you need to look for that. Walk him. He ain't going to run on you. Don't let him hit the home run, and you got a chance of winning the game. That's a strategy from the Buckster. Didn't work too well against Commish this week as I got swept in my series 6-2 and 2-1. But I made it a game late in the 9th inning. But I made a major Buck mistake, and I should have bunted for that other base hit instead of trying to swing away against the lefty with Billy Hamilton. But you get into the excitement of the game, and you're like, I just need the base hit. I got a guy on second, a base hit ties up the game. I got to go for that GCF. I got to go for that base hit. It didn't work. And sometimes you make the gutsy call, and sometimes, well, I guess really for me, that was a gutsy call to let him swing away. So I kind of went the other route. So when you're unorthodox, sometimes being orthodox is more unorthodox, and just didn't work. I want to say happy Father's Day again to everybody out there. This has been a fun show. I'm pretty sure it's been a pretty short show. If there's any questions, anything you guys want to hear, I am Greg Buck Dietzen, a.k.a. The Buckster. This is The Buck Stops Here, Season 2, Episode 4. Thank you very much. Please tweet me at BuckTBSH, and I'll try and answer questions. Tell me how to get better. Make fun of me. I'll make fun back. I ain't afraid. Let's go do this. But I enjoy this. This is fun for me. That's why I've made it an every week thing. And I really do appreciate the people who view it. I really do appreciate the people who watch it. I'm trying to add a little more personality into it. And if we talk more stuff you're interested in, I'll get more viewers. So throw me interests, throw me ideas, throw me things to talk about. Just remember one thing. Wish your father a happy Father's Day. Thank you.